Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be having a look at the 1D Mark III as part of the retro review. So we're going to go through the specs of the camera, we're going to go through everything about it, and then we're going to do a bit of an overview at the end as well for it. So let's hop into the video, let's have a look at the camera and go from there. Okay, so here we have the 1D Mark III, released in 2007. Seems like a long old time ago since this came out, but it was a incredibly good camera when it came out. So let's go through the specs on here. It's got a 300,000 shutter life expectancy on the full frame sensor that you can see on there. Let's turn the camera on as well, just so we can hear that shutter. So that's the shutter there. Got the hot shoe on the top. While we put this back on here, 10 megapixels, 10.1 technically megapixels on here from the sensor itself. You have a maximum ISO of 6400, so pretty low on there, so you will have to shoot within a little tighter constraints than you do currently with the modern stuff. You've got a shutter speed maximum of 1/8000th of a second on there. 45 autofocus points through the little screen on the back on here, which is 100% view coverage. You do have live view on here as well, which is crazy to think from that long ago. You've got a nice LCD screen on the back on here. The weight of the camera itself is 1,335 grams. You do have redundancy on here. You have your CF and your SD card on here. One correction from what I've just said, this isn't actually a full frame sensor. I knew that. It's actually a APS-C sensor, so crop sensor, being the 1D, not the 1DS, so that's my fault there. Completely wrong information from that side. I should know that by now. It takes the EF mounts as everything does on here. It's a very well built magnesium body, water resistant on there. Yeah, a camera I've used before. Happy I've got it in the collection and excited to see how it works compared to how it did last time, because I wasn't overly impressed with some of the images I was getting last time, but it was my first 1D, so it'd be interesting to see how we get on from that stage there. You do have a few ports on the side as well while we're just going over the overview. You've got your flash, your remote, video out and USB on the side there. It takes the same battery as most of the 1Ds from this sort of era. So this is the LP-E4. These are really cheap to get hold of spares wise now, so it's good to have a couple of those in your arsenal. You should get a good few thousand photos per charge though, with no problems at all. But from there, compared to the modern 1Ds, there's not really much on here. You've got your back button focus, which is quite nice for the time. You've got your menu buttons to go through everything and your previews and everything down there. So that's the overview of the camera itself, and we're going to now move on to the overview part face to face. So let's move over to that right now. So that is the Mark III. It's a camera I have previously used before. This actually was the first 1D model I actually used, and if I'm all honesty, when I did use it last time, I was incredibly disappointed with it, with the photo quality I was getting. But that was when I was first learning how to use the 1D, so I might have been doing settings wrong. And I also did a 1DS Mark III, which I absolutely loved very quickly afterwards, and that image quality was absolutely second to none. So comparing that, having those two together might have been a reason why I didn't enjoy this. When I went to the Mark IV, I really enjoyed it and never looked back from that point. But with this only being 10 megapixels, the image quality I was getting I didn't find was very sort of data filled, and when I needed to crop occasionally it just didn't look very good. But as I've been saying with these videos here, once we get through all of them, we only got 2 more to go. We've got the 1D Mark IV and we've got the 1DS Mark III. Once we've covered those two cameras off there, we'll be going back to the Mark Is, and we'll be going out into the real world, doing photos with them and seeing how those photos stand up now with going from the Mark Is all the way back through, including the Mark III, all the way to the Mark IVs, and then we'll go from there. So if you are excited to look out for those videos, please subscribe down below. Let me know if you have a Mark III or have had a Mark III and what your thoughts were on the camera itself, and if you enjoyed using the camera, and what images you got. Maybe share links to your social medias so we can all see your photos using this camera. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe, comment and like, and I will catch you guys later on for more content. Thanks as always. Goodbye.